Have you ever come across something so baffling that it left you questioning everything you thought you knew about the world? Imagine this: colossal structures that defy logic, ancient secrets that seem too incredible to be true, and natural phenomena that science still can't fully explain. We're talking about the biggest mysteries of our time, the ones that keep even the brightest minds awake at night. What's the truth behind them? Why do they still elude our understanding? From the lost city of Atlantis to the strange phenomena of dark matter, there are some questions that simply don't have answers yet. But here's the kicker. What if the answers are even more mind-blowing than we could ever imagine? What if we're just scratching the surface of something far beyond our current comprehension? In this video, we're diving deep into the most unsolved mysteries that still confuse scientists. Get ready for a roller coaster of mind-bending questions that will leave you questioning reality itself. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button if you're excited, subscribe if you're new here, and share this video with anyone who loves a good mystery. You won't want to miss what's coming up next. 1. The enigma of dark matter. Imagine staring up at the night sky, filled with stars, galaxies, and the vast expanse of space. What if I told you that almost 85% of the universe is made up of something you can't see, touch, or even detect with current technology? Sounds like science fiction, right? But it's true. This invisible force is what scientists call dark matter, and it's one of the most perplexing mysteries in all of physics. Dark matter doesn't give off light or energy, so it's completely invisible. Yet we know it exists because of the way galaxies move. Without dark matter, the way stars rotate in galaxies wouldn't make sense. They'd fly apart. It's as if the universe has a hidden foundation, an invisible structure holding everything together. But what is it really? Theories abound. Some scientists suggest it could be a type of exotic particle, a ghostly presence we simply can't detect with our current instruments. Others think dark matter might even be related to something called supersymmetry, a concept that suggests particles could have mirror counterparts we've yet to discover, but no one truly knows. And the more we search, the more questions seem to arise. What if dark matter is actually a completely new kind of matter, something we've never even imagined? Could it be the key to understanding the universe's deepest secrets? Are you ready to dive deeper into the cosmic unknown? Stay tuned as we unravel this mind-boggling enigma. 2. The Pyramids of Giza. Ancient knowledge or alien technology? When you think of ancient wonders, what comes to mind? The Great Wall of China, the Colosseum, and, of course, the Pyramids of Giza. But these colossal structures are more than just impressive feats of engineering. They're a puzzle that still baffles scientists and archaeologists to this day. How were they built? And more intriguingly, why were they built with such remarkable precision? The Great Pyramid of Giza, constructed around 4,500 years ago, is perfectly aligned with the cardinal points, north, south, east, and west. Not only that, but it's made up of 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing several tons. Yet, the ancient Egyptians didn't have modern machinery. How did they do it? Some believe the Egyptians had advanced knowledge that was lost to history, while others suggest the involvement of alien technology. Theories range from the use of unknown tools to the possibility of extraterrestrial assistance, which sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. However, there's another angle to consider. The level of mathematical and astronomical knowledge the Egyptians possessed was likely far beyond what we give them credit for. The alignment of the pyramids isn't just for show. It reflects a deep understanding of the stars, the Earth's rotation, and the very nature of the universe. Could this be the key to the pyramid's construction? What if the answers we're searching for have been in front of us all along? 3. The disappearance of the Roanoke colony. Picture this: a small, struggling colony of settlers trying to make a life in the New World. They arrive on an island off the coast of North Carolina, determined to start fresh. They carve out homes, plant crops, and begin to form a community. But then, just a few years later, when a supply ship returns to check on them, the entire settlement is gone. Not a single soul to be found. No bodies, no signs of struggle. Just a word carved into a post: Croatoan. This is the haunting mystery of the Roanoke colony, which vanished in the late 16th century, and despite over 400 years of searching, we still don't know what happened to them. Were they killed by the indigenous tribes? Did they integrate with local populations? Or, as some theories suggest, did they simply disappear without a trace? What's even more baffling is the mysterious word Croatoan, which was the name of a nearby island and tribe. Could it be a clue? Or was it just a message left behind by the colonists themselves? Some suggest a natural disaster. Others point to the idea of a mass migration, while some believe they might have been victims of a secret government cover-up. And then there are the more bizarre theories, like the possibility of a time portal or alien abduction. In a world that has advanced in so many ways, how can this mystery still elude us? 4. The Bermuda Triangle. There's a stretch of ocean that has become the stuff of legends, a place where planes, ships, and even people have vanished without a trace. It's known as the Bermuda Triangle, and if you've heard about it, you probably know it's shrouded in mystery and fear. But what's really going on there? Is it a supernatural phenomenon, or is there a scientific explanation we just haven't cracked yet? The Bermuda Triangle is a region between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, known for its eerie reputation. Over the years, dozens of aircraft and ships have disappeared under strange circumstances. Most notably, in 1945, 5 U.S. Navy bombers went missing after a routine training flight. The search for them turned up nothing. Zero. Not even wreckage. So, what could be behind this? Some argue it's simply a matter of bad weather, like intense storms or rogue waves. Others suggest magnetic anomalies could mess with navigation systems, throwing aircraft and ships off course. Then, there are the more fantastical theories, from wormholes to underwater alien bases. What if there's something about this area that we're not seeing yet? Could there be a hidden force in play? Something that defies our understanding of physics? The Bermuda Triangle continues to stir up more questions than answers, leaving one thing clear. No matter how much we learn, some things still remain impossible to explain. 5. The Lost City of Atlantis. For thousands of years, stories of a grand civilization called Atlantis have captivated the imagination. Described as a powerful, technologically advanced society, Atlantis supposedly existed thousands of years ago before it suddenly vanished into the ocean, leaving only whispers of its existence behind. But was it just a myth? Or is there more to this ancient legend? The first mention of Atlantis comes from the writings of Plato, who claimed that the city existed around 9,000 years before his time. According to him, it was a prosperous island, full of wealth and innovation, located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now know as the Strait of Gibraltar. But, in a single day and night, Atlantis supposedly sank into the sea, vanishing without a trace. Since then, explorers, archaeologists, and even conspiracy theorists have scoured the globe, trying to find the remains of this lost city. Some believe Atlantis could be located somewhere in the Mediterranean, while others argue it might be in the Caribbean or even Antarctica. Could Atlantis have been a real place, Or was it an allegory about the dangers of hubris and overreach? Perhaps it's not just a legend. Maybe the truth is buried somewhere deep beneath the ocean, waiting for someone to uncover it. One thing's for sure, the mystery of Atlantis has a hold on us that won't easily fade. 6. The Voynich Manuscript. What if there was a book that no one could read, one that's been locked away for centuries, resisting all attempts to decipher its meaning? Enter the Voynich Manuscript, an ancient cryptic text filled with bizarre illustrations of strange plants, astronomical symbols, and humanoid figures, none of which have any known connection to any known language or civilization. This manuscript, thought to have been written in the early 15th century, has stumped cryptographers, linguists, and historians for centuries. Despite the best minds of our time attempting to crack its code, no one has succeeded. The writing inside seems to be a completely unknown language, one that doesn't resemble any alphabet or script in human history. What's even stranger are the images. Plants that don't exist, naked women bathing in strange liquids, and astronomical diagrams that make no sense. Some say it's a hoax, just a clever trick meant to deceive or confuse. Others believe it could be an ancient spellbook or alchemical guide. Still, there are more radical theories. Could it be a work of alien communication sent to us from the stars? Or perhaps it's an early attempt at some form of encrypted knowledge that has been lost over time. What if the manuscript contains secrets so profound that they're simply beyond our comprehension? Could it hold the answers to things we've never even thought to ask? 7. The WOW signal. In 1977, an astronomer named Jerry Amon made an incredible discovery while scanning radio signals from space. He saw something that sent a chill down his spine, an intense 72-second burst of radio waves from a distant part of the universe. It was unlike anything anyone had ever seen. Amon was so stunned that he circled the signal in red pen and wrote "Wow" next to it, hence the name, the WOW signal. What made this signal so intriguing wasn't just its unusual intensity, but its perfect characteristics. It appeared to be coming from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation, a region of space with no known star or planet that could explain the signal. This led some scientists to speculate that it could have been a message from extraterrestrial intelligence, a cosmic hello from beings light years away. However, despite multiple attempts to detect the signal again, no one has been able to replicate it. Was it a natural phenomenon, like a comet or some unknown space event? Or was it a one-time anomaly, something that won't happen again? The WOW signal remains one of the most tantalizing clues that we might not be alone in the universe. It's a reminder that the vastness of space holds mysteries beyond our wildest imagination. Could it have been a signal from aliens? Or is there another, more ordinary explanation that we simply haven't discovered yet? 8. The Nazca Lines. Stretching across the vast, arid plains of southern Peru, the Nazca Lines are a collection of enormous geoglyphs, patterns so large that they can only truly be seen from the sky. These intricate designs, some of which depict animals, plants, and abstract shapes, are spread over nearly 1,000 square kilometers, yet their purpose and origin remain shrouded in mystery. How could a civilization, thousands of years ago, create something so monumental without the ability to fly? The lines were created by the Nazca culture between 500 BCE and 500 CE, and their massive scale suggests they had a purpose far beyond mere decoration. Some of the most famous designs include a hummingbird, a spider, and a monkey, all drawn with remarkable precision. The question is, why? One theory is that the Nazca people created the lines as a form of astronomical calendar, aligning the figures with the movements of celestial bodies. Another theory suggests the lines were used in religious rituals, possibly as offerings to gods, or as a way to communicate with deities. Yet some more outlandish theories propose that the Nazca lines were created to be seen by extraterrestrials, or that they serve as markers for ancient alien landing sites. The truth is, we may never fully understand the purpose behind these colossal drawings. But one thing is certain: the Nazca lines continue to captivate us, challenging our understanding of the ancient world, and perhaps even our place in the cosmos. 9. The mystery of the Moai statues. On the remote island of Easter Island, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, stands an ancient mystery that has puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries. The Moai statues, giant stone heads, some reaching over 10 feet tall and weighing several tons, are scattered across the island. What's most baffling isn't just the sheer scale of these sculptures, but how the people of Rapa Nui, the island's inhabitants, managed to transport and erect them. The Moai are believed to represent ancestors or deified leaders, and they were carved between 1400 and 1650 CE. Each statue is unique, with exaggerated facial features like large noses, prominent chins, and deep-set eyes. But how did the ancient Rapa Nui people move these massive stones, some weighing up to 82 tons, across an island with no large beasts of burden and no advanced tools? Some theories suggest that the statues were walked into place, meaning that the Rapa Nui developed a technique of coordinated rocking and rolling to move the Moai upright. Others argue that the statues were dragged along with ropes and wooden sledges. But given the size and weight, it's still a mystery how such a feat was accomplished without modern machinery. And then there's the question of why. Why did the Rapa Nui invest so much time and effort into building these statues? Were they simply religious symbols, or was there a deeper purpose? Perhaps to harness some kind of spiritual energy from the statues. The Moai statues, despite being carved from the past, continue to raise questions that remain unanswered, reminding us how much of human history is still hidden in plain sight. 10. The Taos Hum. In the small town of Taos, New Mexico, there's something strange in the air, a low, constant hum that has driven residents and visitors alike to the brink of madness. The Taos Hum is a mysterious sound that only a select few can hear, a deep, vibrating noise that seems to have no origin. Some say it sounds like a distant engine running, while others describe it as a deep buzz that rattles the bones. What's most bizarre is that despite numerous investigations over the years, no one has been able to pinpoint its source. Scientists, engineers, and even government officials have looked into the hum, but each time they come up empty-handed. For some, it's a case of mass hysteria or heightened sensitivity to certain frequencies, but for those who hear it, it's a constant, unsettling presence in their lives. One theory points to industrial equipment in the area, like power plants or even nearby military testing sites. Others believe the hum could be caused by seismic activity, electromagnetic fields, or even the Earth's magnetic poles. But there's no concrete evidence to support any of these explanations. Then there are those who believe in a more extraordinary cause. Is the hum some kind of psychic phenomenon, or even a sign of alien activity? Could it be that something beyond our understanding is sending out signals we're just not ready to hear? For the people of Taos, the hum remains a mystery, one that continues to echo in the background of their lives, unanswered and unexplained. 11. The ghost ship Mary Celeste. Picture this: a ship floating in the vast Atlantic Ocean, its sails billowing in the wind, but no crew in sight. In 1872, the Mary Celeste was discovered abandoned, with not a single soul aboard. The ship was fully intact, its cargo was still in place, and the food and water supplies were untouched. But the crew was gone, leaving behind only questions. The mystery of the Mary Celeste has sparked one of the most intriguing maritime legends. The ship had set sail from New York, bound for Genoa, Italy. But when it was found, drifting aimlessly off the coast of the Azores, the crew had vanished without a trace. The ship's lifeboat was missing, but there was no sign of struggle, and the ship's logbook had been abandoned mid-entry. Several theories have been proposed to explain the eerie disappearance. Some suggest that the crew was the victim of a pirate attack, though no evidence of such an event was ever found. Others point to a natural disaster, such as a sudden storm, or even explosion from a volatile cargo, which may have caused the crew to abandon ship in panic. More fantastical theories involve the supernatural. Some claim the Mary Celeste was cursed, while others suggest paranormal forces at work. Could the crew have encountered something they couldn't explain? Something so frightening they fled in fear? The truth behind the Mary Celeste remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of the sea, forever drifting in the wake of the unknown. 12th, Stonehenge. In the heart of the English countryside stands one of the world's most iconic and perplexing structures, Stonehenge. This ancient stone circle, made up of massive stones weighing several tons each, has stood the test of time for over 4,000 years. But the question remains, why was it built? And just how did ancient people, without the advanced technology we have today, manage to move these colossal stones and arrange them with such precision? Theories about Stonehenge's purpose are as varied as the stones themselves. Some believe it was a religious site, a place where ancient people could gather to perform rituals, possibly linked to the worship of the sun or other celestial bodies. In fact, the alignment of the stones is thought to have been carefully designed to mark the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. This could suggest that Stonehenge was an ancient observatory, a way for people to track the movement of the sun, moon, and stars. Other theories suggest that Stonehenge could have been a healing center, with its mystical aura drawing people from all over. Some even wonder if Stonehenge had a more esoteric purpose, perhaps tied to an ancient form of earth energy, or as a tool for spiritual awakening. But what if there's more to it than we've yet to understand? Could Stonehenge be a place that holds secrets far deeper than just the rituals of an ancient society? Only time and further discoveries will tell. 13. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. Imagine a group of experienced hikers setting out on an expedition in the Ural Mountains of Russia. But when they don't return, a rescue team is sent to search for them. What they find is both chilling and perplexing. Tents slashed open from the inside, belongings left behind, and no sign of the hikers except for their bodies, found scattered and in bizarre positions. This is the chilling reality of the Dyatlov Pass incident. In 1959, 9 hikers set off on a winter journey to reach the summit of Otorten. But something went horribly wrong. Their tents were found abandoned, and the hikers' bodies were discovered under strange and unsettling conditions. Some of the bodies had severe injuries, including crushed skulls and broken ribs, but there were no external wounds, leading to theories about a massive force that caused the damage. Other bodies were found without their eyes or tongues, adding a disturbing layer to the mystery. Theories range from an avalanche to military tests, and some even suggest an encounter with Yeti or some kind of wild animal. The most intriguing possibility is the theory of a military cover-up, where the hikers stumbled upon something they shouldn't have, maybe a secret weapon or radioactive materials, which could explain their injuries. The Dyatlov Pass incident continues to spark debate and theories, with no definitive explanation. Was it nature's wrath, human error, or something far darker at play? 14. The Loch Ness Monster. Deep in the cold, dark waters of Loch Ness in Scotland, a legend has lingered for centuries, a creature so elusive that it has inspired countless sightings, photographs, and even scientific investigations. Known as the Loch Ness Monster, or Nessie, this mysterious creature is said to resemble a giant, serpent-like creature, often described as having a long neck and humps protruding from the water. The first recorded sighting of Nessie dates back to 565 AD, when St. Columba is said to have encountered a water beast in the Loch. But it wasn't until the 1930s that Nessie truly entered the global spotlight, after a photograph known as the surgeon's photo was published, showing what appeared to be a large creature in the water. The photo was later revealed to be a hoax, but it sparked a worldwide fascination with the creature, leading to numerous sightings and investigations over the decades. Despite numerous sonar scans, underwater cameras, and even expeditions looking for physical evidence of Nessie, no definitive proof has ever been found. Some scientists suggest the sightings could be the result of misidentified animals, like seals or large fish, while others believe that the legend may have been exaggerated over time. Could there be a creature hiding in the depths of Loch Ness? Or is Nessie simply a myth perpetuated by human imagination? The mystery of the Loch Ness Monster remains one of the world's most enduring legends. 15. The Tunguska Event. On the morning of June 30th, 1908, an explosion of unimaginable force rocked the remote Siberian landscape. Trees were flattened for miles, fires raged, and the sky was lit up with a strange, fiery glow. This was the Tunguska Event, an event so powerful it was felt thousands of miles away, yet no crater was found, and no clear cause was immediately identified. What happened in the heart of Siberia that day? The most widely accepted explanation is that a comet or asteroid exploded in the sky above the forest, creating a massive shock wave that leveled over 2,000 square kilometers of trees. The explosion was roughly 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, yet no impact crater was found. Instead, the destruction came from the airburst, the object's explosion before it even hit the ground. But what if the Tunguska event was something more? Some have speculated that it could have been a secret weapon test, a military accident involving high-tech experiments that went horribly wrong. Others have suggested more bizarre possibilities, such as the event being the result of a black hole passing through Earth's atmosphere, or even alien activity. The lack of concrete evidence and the sheer scale of the event continues to fuel debate and intrigue. Could this be one of Earth's greatest mysteries, or simply a freak natural event? The truth behind the Tunguska event remains elusive, its impact echoing throughout history. 16. The mysterious death of Cleopatra. The death of Cleopatra VII, the last queen of ancient Egypt, is shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Her tragic end, whether by suicide or murder, has sparked endless debates, fueled by her dramatic life and the political upheavals surrounding her reign. Cleopatra was a woman of extraordinary intelligence, beauty, and political acumen, but how she met her untimely death remains one of history's greatest unsolved puzzles. Most historical accounts suggest that Cleopatra and her lover, Julius Caesar's successor, Mark Antony, both died by suicide in 30 BCE after their forces were defeated by the future Roman Emperor, Octavian, who would later be known as Augustus. The traditional story is that Cleopatra used a venomous asp, a type of snake, to take her life, a tale so dramatic that it has endured for millennia. But could this be the truth? Some scholars argue that Cleopatra's death was not suicide at all, but rather a political assassination orchestrated by Octavian to eliminate a dangerous rival. Others propose that Cleopatra's death may have been the result of a poisoning, either self-administered or at the hands of an enemy. What if Cleopatra's death was part of a much larger and darker political game, one we can only begin to understand? The mystery surrounding her death continues to captivate our imaginations, leaving us to wonder, was it a choice, or was it a forced end to a powerful life? 17. The Shroud of Turin. For centuries, the Shroud of Turin has been a subject of fascination, debate, and religious reverence. This ancient piece of cloth, believed by some to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ, bears the faint image of a man who appears to have suffered significant trauma, most notably crucifixion wounds. But is it truly the burial cloth of Christ? Or is it a medieval creation designed to capitalize on religious faith? The shroud's origins remain a mystery. Carbon dating conducted in the 1980s suggested that the cloth dates back to the Middle Ages, specifically between 1260 and 1390, which would contradict the claim that it is over 2,000 years old. However, some scientists argue that the carbon dating might have been skewed due to contamination, and there are those who believe that the shroud could be much older. In addition to its age, the image of the man on the shroud presents another enigma. The image is not painted or printed. It's a chemical reaction that remains unexplained. Some believe it is the result of a divine miracle, while others think it could be an ancient form of artistic technique used to create a lifelike image. Despite numerous tests and investigations, the Shroud of Turin's true origins continue to elude us. Is it the sacred cloth of Christ, or a relic from a much later time? This mystery remains, compelling both believers and skeptics alike to ponder its true significance. 18. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. We've already touched on the mysterious Bermuda Triangle, but it's worth revisiting, as this enigmatic region of the Atlantic Ocean is one of the most enduring and unexplained phenomena on Earth. Spanning roughly between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, the Bermuda Triangle has gained a sinister reputation for allegedly swallowing up ships, planes, and even people without a trace. But what's really going on there? The list of disappearances is long and unsettling. One of the most famous cases is the disappearance of Flight 19, a group of 5 U.S. Navy bombers in 1945. Despite being on a routine training mission, the planes vanished, and the search for them turned up no wreckage. Even more puzzling is the fact that a rescue plane sent after them also disappeared, adding to the mystery. Over the years, many theories have been proposed to explain these disappearances, from magnetic anomalies that mess with navigational equipment, to theories involving underwater vortexes or even time portals. Some argue that powerful storms or rogue waves, which can reach up to 100 feet, might be responsible for dragging vessels and aircraft under the surface. Others believe that the region might have hidden alien bases or a secret military presence, adding layers of intrigue to the mystery. But no matter what science or speculation offers, the Bermuda Triangle continues to haunt our collective imagination. Is there something paranormal happening? Or is it just an area prone to natural dangers we don't yet fully understand? The truth remains elusive. 19. The disappearance of Flight MH370. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 took off from Kuala Lumpur, bound for Beijing. Less than an hour later, the plane disappeared from radar screens, leaving the world in shock and uncertainty. Despite one of the largest and most expensive search operations in aviation history, the plane, and its 239 passengers, has never been found. What happened that fateful night? The disappearance of MH370 sparked widespread speculation and countless theories. Some suggested mechanical failure or a terrorist attack, while others pointed to a more sinister possibility: pilot involvement. A theory that remains unsettling is that the plane's disappearance was deliberate, with some suggesting that the captain, in particular, may have intentionally diverted the plane's course. But if this was the case, why did he do it? And where did the plane go? To make matters even more mysterious, pieces of wreckage from the plane have washed up on beaches across the Indian Ocean, but no wreckage field or sign of the plane's final location has ever been conclusively found. The most widely accepted theory is that the plane may have gone off course due to a fire or mechanical failure in its communications systems, causing the crew to lose control. Despite intense international efforts and new theories emerging with every passing year, MH370 remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of modern aviation, leaving us with more questions than answers. Where did it go, and why has it never been found? 20. The Roswell UFO Incident. In the summer of 1947, something strange and unexplained happened near Roswell, New Mexico. A mysterious object crashed on a ranch, leading to reports of a UFO, unidentified flying object, that would spark decades of speculation and intrigue. The U.S. military initially confirmed that a flying disc had been recovered, but almost immediately the story changed, and the government retracted its statement, calling it a weather balloon instead. But was that the truth? Or was there a cover-up at play? The Roswell incident remains one of the most famous UFO-related events in history, and it's fueled conspiracy theories about government secrecy and alien encounters ever since. Eyewitnesses have claimed to see strange debris at the crash site, some suggesting it was unlike anything made by humans. But even more disturbing were the reports of alien bodies that allegedly had been recovered and hidden by the military. The U.S. government's explanations over the years have ranged from weather balloons to military experiments, but many still find these theories insufficient. What if the crash really was a UFO, and the government didn't want the public to know about it? Did the military truly recover evidence of extraterrestrial life, and have they been covering it up ever since? While official accounts have shifted over time, the mystery of Roswell still looms large. Could we have encountered extraterrestrials in the desert of New Mexico? And if so, why is the truth still so elusive? 21. The Mystery of the Blood Falls. In the frigid, isolated wilderness of Antarctica, there is a haunting sight that baffles scientists and fascinates adventurers alike. Blood Falls. This crimson-colored waterfall, flowing out of the Taylor Glacier, looks like a scene straight out of a horror film. But what is it really? Why does the water have such an eerie red hue? And how can something so bizarre exist in one of the coldest and most inhospitable places on Earth? The cause of the strange color has been a subject of scientific investigation for over a century. Initially, scientists believed the red hue came from iron oxide, essentially rust. But as researchers delved deeper, they discovered something even more surprising. The blood-red color is actually due to microbial life that thrives in the salty, iron-rich water beneath the glacier. These microbes, living in a lake that has been isolated for millions of years, survive in extreme conditions, feeding on sulfur and iron. But what's even more baffling is the location itself. Blood Falls is situated in a region of Antarctica that is thought to have been cut off from the rest of the world for around 2 million years. This isolated ecosystem is unlike anything else on Earth, providing scientists with clues about the possibility of life on other planets, such as Mars. Could Blood Falls be a glimpse into life's resilience in extreme conditions? Or is it a rare phenomenon that still holds secrets we're only beginning to uncover? 22. The Nazca Lines and their purpose. Hidden beneath the clear skies of southern Peru lies one of the greatest mysteries of ancient civilizations, the Nazca Lines. These enormous, intricate designs, carved into the desert floor, can only be fully appreciated from the air. Some of the shapes are simple geometric patterns, while others depict animals like monkeys, spiders, and hummingbirds. But the real question is, why? Why did the ancient Nazca people create these giant geoglyphs, and what purpose did they serve? The lines stretch across an area of over 1,000 square kilometers, and the sheer scale and precision of the drawings suggest they were an enormous, organized effort. But with no written records from the Nazca civilization to explain their intent, the purpose behind the lines remains unclear. One popular theory is that the lines were used as an astronomical calendar, aligning with certain stars and celestial events, helping the Nazca people track time and seasons. Another theory suggests that the geoglyphs were part of rituals or offerings to the gods, perhaps meant to draw the gods' attention from the heavens. Some even believe the lines were used as paths for ceremonial processions or pilgrimages. Then, there's the more outlandish theory. Could the Nazca lines have been designed as messages for extraterrestrials? Perhaps the shapes were meant to be seen from the sky by beings beyond our planet. No matter what the true purpose was, the Nazca lines continue to inspire wonder and mystery, and they remind us how much of human history is still waiting to be discovered. 23. The mystery of the abominable snowman. High in the snow-capped mountains of the Himalayas, stories have been passed down for centuries about a creature known as the abominable snowman, or Yeti. Described as a large, ape-like being covered in thick white fur, the Yeti is said to roam the snowy peaks, leaving behind massive footprints in the snow. But is this legendary creature just folklore, or is there something more to the stories? The first modern reports of the Yeti date back to the 19th century, when explorers and mountaineers claimed to have seen strange tracks in the snow. Over the years, stories of sightings and mysterious footprints grew, but no definitive proof has ever been found. Some argue that the Yeti is simply a mythological creature, part of the cultural and spiritual traditions of the people who live in the Himalayas. Others suggest that the creature may be based on sightings of real, yet undiscovered animals, like a gigantic ape or even a polar bear that wandered too far from the ice. Despite numerous expeditions to capture evidence, the Yeti remains elusive. Could the creature exist in the harsh and remote landscapes of the Himalayas? Or is the Yeti a symbol of the natural mysteries that these towering peaks hide from the world? The question of whether the Yeti is real or imagined is still unanswered. What if the truth is far stranger than we could have ever guessed? 24. The enigma of crop circles. Across fields of golden wheat and corn, intricate and symmetrical patterns begin to appear overnight, baffling farmers and curious onlookers alike. Crop circles, as they're known, are mysterious formations that seem to be too perfect, too precise, to be made by nature alone. But who, or what, is behind these mesmerizing patterns, and what do they mean? First appearing in the 1970s, crop circles have been found all over the world, but especially in the UK. While some of the designs are relatively simple, others are incredibly intricate, featuring geometric shapes, spirals, and fractals that seem almost impossible to create by human hands, at least in the short time they appear. For decades, hoaxers have claimed responsibility for the circles, using planks and ropes to create the patterns. But many believe this explanation doesn't fully account for the complexity and precision of some of the designs. More intriguing, however, are the more radical theories. Some argue that crop circles are not the work of humans at all, but instead could be messages from aliens, signaling their presence in ways we don't yet understand. Others believe the circles are psychic phenomena, created by collective consciousness or the energy of the Earth itself. Whether they are elaborate hoaxes or phenomena with a deeper, perhaps cosmic significance, crop circles remain an unsolved enigma, an art form or an alien language. Only time may tell. 25. The Secrets of Area. Hidden deep in the Nevada desert lies one of the most famous and secretive locations in the world, Area 51. A place surrounded by rumors, conspiracy theories, and a blanket of secrecy. It has been the subject of fascination for decades. Officially, it's a U.S. Air Force test and training facility, but unofficially, it's been linked to some of the world's greatest UFO and alien-related mysteries. What's really going on at Area 51? For years, the government denied even the existence of Area 51, fueling speculation about what could be hidden inside its heavily guarded gates. Could it be a site for testing alien technology? Perhaps it's where the US government is studying evidence from extraterrestrial spacecraft, including the wreckage from the famous Roswell incident in 1947. Over the years, there have been countless rumors and alleged sightings of strange flying objects near the base. Some claim that the government is working with extraterrestrials to develop advanced aircraft technology. Others suggest the facility is experimenting with cutting-edge military technology, far beyond anything we've seen before. Despite numerous attempts to uncover the truth, Area 51 remains cloaked in secrecy. What are they hiding there? Is it truly alien technology? Or is it a top-secret military project so advanced that it's beyond our current understanding? Whatever the truth may be, the secrecy surrounding Area 51 continues to fuel one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time.